Hello, hello, crafty friends. Stacy here with my Tuesday creative session. And oh my goodness, look at the color in this card. I am loving this color palette. So we are making a super, super fun, super easy. You guys, this is going to be really, really quick when I show you how to put this together. But this is a diamond pop-up fun fold. How cute is that? Folds flat so you can mail it, send it to your recipient, and then they can keep it up on their desk. So the beauty that makes this card is this little these two little pieces in here. So it allows your circle and your element to stay forward, because if we didn't have this mechanism right here, which that is really the trick to this card, and I'm going to show you how easy that is. If you just kind of put glue maybe on the edge here, your element would not, it'd be going to the side. It just wouldn't be nice. So this keeps everything nice and sturdy and sits perfectly on your desk. So if you want to recreate my exact cards, because you may have some of these supplies already in your stash. Let me show you what I used. So for my main elements, of course, I used the balloon festoon die cuts. For my happy birthday, absolutely love that font. That's from the Long Time No See stamp set. What else? So this is super fun. That is using some of the stamps from the balloon festoon. And I also used my stylish shapes dies for that circle right there. And no. I used my stylish shapes dies for my sentiment banner, and I used my spotlight on nature dies for, let me zoom in there, for that circle right there. And there you go. So that's from Spotlight on Nature. So that's everything I used. Now for my DSP here, that's absolutely gorgeous. I used the Brights pattern 12 by 12 DSP. You guys, there's so many pages in here. I didn't cut them up to show you, but look at these designs, right? You get the same pattern for all the colors, but I think you get 20 sheets in here. Just look at this. Look at this. So it's all the same patterns for all the different colors. Let me tell you the colors that are in it. You must pick up the Brights. You have Azure Afternoon, Berry Burst, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Green Apple, Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lime Twist, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade, and Pumpkin Pie. You guys, I'm on lunch right now. Today is Tuesday. You're catching me today. But I'm taking lunch from work, and it's been a busy day. So scattered all over the place. Okay, so that's what I'm using. As far as inks, I am using my Coastal Cabana, my Lemon Lime Twist, Calamambo, and obviously I use my Memento Black there. So let's do our stamping and get that out of the way. I'll bring in all my pieces. I have them ready. So I'm recreating the same card. I have my panel. So you need 2 DSPs. So this is what I chose to use. This is the Melon Mambo and Coastal Cabana, right? So I already have them. Don't worry about the sizes. You can find that all down in the description. It'll be written out for you, or there's a tutorial. If I get time later, I'll make you a tutorial and it'll be down there. Then you're going to need 2 panels. We're going to stamp this one right now to make that fun background. We'll do that together. I already stamped my Hip Hip Hooray. That's from the balloon festoon, and I already stamped up my happy birthday. So those are ready to go. I'll get that out of the way. Here is that Spotlight on Nature that I die cut. Now, these pieces are 1 by 1 inch. So because my frame here, my circle is black, I am using black. But if you use a white one, I would use white. I would make these white. So all these are 1 by 1 inch, and they're both scored at 1/2 of an inch. Okay, that's going to make this card nice and firm. So that's all you need. These are 1 by 1, and they're just scored at 1/2 an inch. So I'll put those to the side. This is going to be our card. We're going to move this for now. We'll come back to that. I first want to do this fun stamping. Let me grab some scrap paper. I didn't have that out. Let me grab, I'll do just put this on my desk so it's easy to see with these colors. Okay, because we're going to do some off stamping. So I have this stamp right here. It's got these circles that are kind of overlapping. So if you look how I did this, I was mindful because I messed up at first, right? So I want you to learn from my mistakes. So what I did was I tried to be mindful of placement when I stamped, right? Because when I first did this, I stamped all the way around and then my middle was empty and I couldn't stamp in there because it would overlap way too much. So, although if your colors overlap, that's totally okay. But look at how great this one turned out. I really didn't overlap colors. So, I was pretty mindful. So, see, here's my Coastal Cabana. I first came in there, then I went a little bit off here, then I would do one in the middle. Like I was mindful as I went around. So, and then I just went back and filled in. So we'll do that together, but I kind of just wanted to show you. So I'll first start with Coastal Cabana. I have my stamping scrub and my stamping mist right here. And I just got an order in and I got the stamp chamois. So Stampin' Up stamp chamois. I've never tried it before, but I'm going to start using that to see how that goes. And I will let you know. And I also got, because you all know I love to ink, and I was just talking about, sorry, I'm having a squirrel moment. I was just talking about blending brushes. So I picked up 2 packs of Stampin' Up's blending brushes. Look at the size of these. These are heavy. I mean, the quality, I didn't even open them yet. They just came. But you'll get my honest review probably on my next inking video. I'll use them. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm first going to use my Coastal Cabana. I'm just inking this up, and I'm just going to start placing some around. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to clean my stamp. And next, I'm going to come in with Mappo. And I'm going to do that same thing, try to fill in. And I'm stamping off the page too. It's just working out like that. Let's get that corner because I want to be able to come in. Okay, that's it for now. Let me clean off my stamp. Okay, now I'm going to come in with Lemon Lime Twist. Let me zoom in. Maybe it's there. You go, Stacy. Okay, so see this area right here? This kind of fits in there without overlapping, so I'm good. Right? I need a little bit there, so let's get these little pieces. Cool. Let's do this area right here. Okay, we need a little bit on top. Just one. And we need maybe a little bit off to the side. Get half of one. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to come in now with a little bit more Coastal Cabana. Clean my stamp. We need some over here. Right there. Right there. I'm thinking. Okay, I think we're pretty good. I think I did good. I didn't overlap any colors. So cool. Okay, I'm going to close these up. Get them out of the way. And now, let me clean my stamp. Now I'm going to come in with, I'm just going to use Memento. And this stamp, it's got like little swirlies and dots. And I'm just going to, now I'm going to stamp on top of them. And that's okay if they all interlock and overlap, doesn't matter. This is like streamers, like the confetti. Cool. It's maybe a little bit right there. Okay, it's done. I think that is pretty cool to create your own DSP, right? I love background stamping and making my own stamps. So let me zoom out a bit here, get this out of the way. I think that came out pretty cool, right? So that's all my stamping. Now we are going to start assembling, and let's start with this. Okay, so you're going to need for your card base 4¼ by 11. This is just a piece of basic black. But what we need to do here, we need to make a few score marks. So you're going to score at 1½, 3½, 5½, 7½, and 9½. Lots of score marks. So remember, we have a cutting blade and a scoring blade on our paper trimmer. So I am going to start first at my 1½ mark. Let me look at my directions. 1½, correct. Make a score. Next, I'm going to move down to 3½. I feel like I'm holding this like I've got a death grip on it. I don't know why. All right, 3½, 5½. All right, 5½, 7½, and 9½. Okay. And then you would score those 1x1 pieces at a 1/2 inch each. 1/2 inch each. Did I say that right? Boy, I can't use my words today. All right. So here we have this is 4¼ by 11 and all of our score marks. 1½, 3½, 5½, 7½, 9½, right? So I'll fold that over. I fold it. Wait, hey, listen, you don't have to do anything. I like to fold my creases bump side up. You might do it this way. It's huge controversy. It's the biggest controversy in the crafting world, but this is how I do it. So, okay, now if you just fold at the half mark there's your A2 size card. Boom. But I'm just going to fold all of my creases. I don't need my bone folder. I'm just doing this with my hand for now. Okay. So there you have it. Now I'm going to use liquid glue for this. Okay. Now all we're going to do is this piece right here. We are going to put glue on that, seal that together. You already know what's happening, right? So easy. Okay, so let me get my liquid glue down. All right, let's make sure, close that up. Just seal that down, give that a minute. That, my friends, right here, this is the entire card. I'm holding it so because it still has to dry. But there you go, look. I don't want to do it because it needs to dry. So I'm just going to set that aside a second. Now I'm going to come in with all of my panels. We're going to start putting our panels together. But first, while that's drying, the envelopes that I'm using, I cut out a piece to fit, and I like to cover my envelopes with coordinating DSP. So in this one, I'm using that lemon lime twist. And all you do is whatever envelopes you use, doesn't matter. All you do is measure the flap and then cut out a piece of DSP to fit. And then what you want to do is you want to cover the entire flap with adhesive, right? And then layer on your DSP. Really rub that down. Sometimes I like to use my boning folder. Okay, and then you're going to take a good pair of scissors. Do you see we came out with scissors again now? It's been a long time. So these debut on July 1st. Make sure you pick up your scissors. They cut wonderfully. So these are going to be my new fussy cut scissors now. I have my close to my heart ones that I still have a pair that I only use for cutting ribbon. I have a pair I fussy cut to cut paper, and then I have like 2 pairs that I use. Oh, I cut into my envelope that I when I'm working with sticky adhesives or anything. Okay, so all you do is fussy cut that out. Boom, there is your envelope. Always jazzes up your cards really nice. Okay, so we'll move that out of the way. We'll bring, here's our card. So there you go. Look, perfect. Okay, what we want to do is just apply our panels. So just adhere them. Again, the dimensions are in the description. But I can tell you, just to make it easy too, maybe you want to. So let me see, I'm looking at my directions. My white layers are, you need 4 of them at 1 7/8 by 4 1/8, 2 at 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. You need to cut your pop up that 1 by 1 scored at a half in whichever color, white or black. My DSP is 2 layers at 1 3/4 by 4, 2 layers at 1 1/4 by 4, and then cut your, for your sentiment and for your envelope to account for whatever size envelope you use. Okay, I'm just going to put this on here. Okay, so that's my front, and I'm going to take one of these pink ones. What am I doing that on here, Stacy? Sorry. Told you I'm well flustered. Work's been super busy for me right now, but it's all good, right? It's good being busy. And I'm just watching my time because, like I said, I'm taking lunch right now and I have a meeting coming up, but I have plenty of time. Okay, so now I'm going to take that coordinating smaller panel and put that on the back side. Just like that. How funny is it when you watch? Listen, I'm a crafter. I watch videos too. And I can say, just like so. So many people used to say that. And whenever I heard that in the video, I would laugh. I can say, just like so. Just like that. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to take my sentiment. Make sure you do any stamping, any writing. I would do that before you would hear it. Well, writing you don't have to do, but any stamping. But if you did know who was getting this, I would write because once you get all your pop-ups and everything in the front, it might be a little hard. Okay. Now I'm going to take that paper we created the background. Our card is pretty much done right now. I just got to show you how to do that super easy technique to have a nice firm element on the front. That perfectly, and that also like kind of helps when it's standing up. Okay, so there's the back. There is the front, super easy. Just think about, you can do this for anything, any holiday. Just change your DSP, right? I think it's perfect for birthday. I think it actually works out great with the balloon festoon. So let me just show you something with balloon festoon before I bring them in. Look at all of these amazing, such great, this is card making, scrapbooking. But you notice here, I number mine. So I think that's good when you have these type of nesting type dies. So your number system can either start from the outer side in, like one could be the biggest, or one could be the smallest. I use one as the smallest. So for this card, I use die 1 and die 2. If that makes sense, that's just a little tip for you when you have type of nesting dies like that. Okay, so I had already went ahead and cut out my balloons and the streamers and attached them. So I cut out 2 in the lemon lime twist, number 2 and number 1. I cut out a number 1 in Coastal Cabana and a number 2 in the Melon Mambo. All right. So now we have those. And where's my little mechanisms? Okay, so what you want to do, let me get this out of the way. What you want to do is right here. Okay, so there's your seam, your crease mark. You're not going to adhere to that. I say what makes it easy is line up with your DSP. So you're going to take one of your mechanisms, and glue's going to be on the back side of it. But when you would put it down, you're going to put it in the middle, lined up right there. Let's see, it's going to focus. There you go. Right with your DSP. So you're not even going on your white, and you want to make sure you avoid the spine. So just to avoid that, I say line it up with your DSP. Okay. So I'm going to take some adhesive. You know what? I'm going to just use tape runner for the sake of the video, so we kind of dries quick. I don't have to wait for it to dry. Okay. So I have my tape, and the spine side. You're just holding that, and I'm kind of center, just like that. Okay. And you're going to do this one, same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put this right, and just line it up as best as you can with the other one. Okay. So that's what you have right now. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put adhesive on both of these flaps. You're going to take whatever element you're using. Like I said, this is from the Spotlight on Nature dies. I think this was the third one down. And I'm going to just like hold my finger on those a little bit. But what you want to do is, do you want yours higher? Do you want it in the middle? Do you want it lower? I'm going to raise this one. This one I put centered. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. Okay, not much, but just a little bit. Okay, and then push it down. See? So now here is your element. See, it's attached to both sides. That keeps it, and it doesn't mess with your diamond. Okay, so now I'm going to make that cluster here. So I'm going to layer. Now I want these to turn inward a little bit. Okay, so I'm just kind of being mindful of that. So I'm turning them a little bit, and I'm going to put a little tape behind there and just get them adhered together. So I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive behind the one, just for lining up. I want this one a little bit higher, but I definitely want them pointing inward like that. Okay. And then this Coastal Cabana, I'm going to pop up over these two like that. Okay. And then that will sit on top of my element. Now, I think I want to bring this in just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to get some dimensional on my little Coastal Cabana. Oh, I have my foam tape right here. Just use this. Yeah, I'm gonna see how I'm making sure that the streamer goes right down the middle and they're crossing. Just like that. Okay. Now, if your streamers aren't crossing, you could just put a little glue and like force them a little bit and overlap them on each other. That's what I had to do on that one. See, you can see my glue right there. And then if you can make a little ribbon or something if you want, or use thread. Okay, what am I doing? I'm totally off camera here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you could see, I added some dimension and then place that fully down on my panel there. So let me get some dimensional foam on the back of my balloons. I hope you like this video. I hope you have these supplies in your stash so you can recreate this card. And if not, you can feel free if you want to shop with me. If you don't have a demonstrator, you can find all my links will be down below at stacymaiano.stampinup.net. And if you place a $25 order with me any given month, you get my tutorial free because I do a card class every month. So you get that month's class tutorial free. Okay, so I'm going to just adhere this right, and I want my streamers or whatever you call them to kind of be in the center. So I'm really lining that up with the spine there. Cool. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is, don't be afraid, is I'm just going to come in with a snip. Where are they? And I'm going to snip off. I'm going to just keep my scissor against my white cardstock there and trim those so it's perfect at the bottom. And like I said, put a little bow thread there or a little ribbon twine. Okay, now I'm going to take my sentiment. I have enough dimension on here, so I'm just going to put a little dimension in the middle there and then put my sentiment there. That's kind of cool. Okay. Just like that. Happy birthday. Okay, this last balloon here, I'm just going to attach it here right there. Just straight down, no pop-up or anything here. Let me get my silicone mat. Best crafting tool is the silicone mat because this is super small and I was able to run adhesive all the way down and not get my surface, and it cleans up absolutely great on that silicone mat. Okay, so I'm just putting this right at the top, just like that. Same deal, we're going to trim off so it matches. And lastly, I'm going to take, you may have these in your stash. I love using things from my stash, right? I don't want to waste money. I like to use the crafts and not just do one thing with them. Iridescent rhinestones. These are gorgeous. We're going to just put some of these around. And I didn't follow my rule of 3, I put a few more here because I thought, why not? Everything's better with bling. Oh, we got a little flyaway one here. We'll just put that one right there. Nope, that doesn't have adhesive on the back. That's why it came off. I'm going to put a little one here. Medium one. Here are the bigger ones. Here we are. I really love how this came out. So if you like my video, give me a thumbs up, share, comment. Let me know if you like it. And if you don't, I mean, you could be honest. It's okay. I'm a big girl. I could take it. Okay. I think I'm good. Think I'm good. We are good. Okay. So here's our card. Diamond pop-up. Made that today. Oh, Bodie's going crazy. Here is my first test run. Don't forget those great envelopes to make it super fun. And thanks for hanging out with me. And Bodie says hi too. Take care now.